Our next speaker is a talented computer science student at UFR Sciences et Techniques de la Garde in France. She also was born with cerebral palsy. I'm going to let Lucie introduce herself in this video. Lucie Quarta.
My name is Lucie. Because of cerebral palsy, I need a lot of support to live my life as a woman. And everything takes me longer. My family is my pillar of strength. Since I was born, they've always seen me as a normal person. With my family, I feel able. I feel strong. I study computer science because I like to think about technical problems and to find different solutions. When I used to type, it would take a lot of time, and my wrists and fingers would hurt. But now, I can communicate much faster and more easily, just by using my eyes. I can take my eye gaze device everywhere, to take notes or to express myself in front of an audience with confidence. It's definitely not easy being a student, but I love it. I also love to dance. It is another form of communication, one where I can express myself without words. The barrier of language fades away. Living with a disability is a heavy weight to carry. But because of technology and a family who love me as I am, this weight becomes as light as a feather. And I can live with goals and passions and dreams. To move, to study, and to dance. I feel like myself. I feel free.
Hi everyone. My name is Lucie Quarta and I am here today to share how technology empowers me to follow my dreams. Because of cerebral palsy, I need a lot of support to live my life as a woman. And everything takes me longer. My family is my pillar of strength. Since I was born, they've always seen me as a normal person. With my family, I feel able and I feel strong. I am studying engineering science in France. Due to my medical constraints and hospital appointments, one academic year is completed in 2 years. Moreover, when you have a disability, the definition of time is not the same. Everything takes twice as long, revisions, daily life acts, etc. Last year, the engineering science course split in two, with physics as the predominant subject in one, and computer science in the other. I chose computer science since I love programming and computer mathematics and because I like to think about technical problems and find different solutions. I chose this scientific course because I love to understand the origin of theorems and formulas and what they entail. Mathematical and algorithmic languages go together. If you don't master what you manipulate, you won't get anywhere. You can't pretend a program with a small error does not work, as well as a bad calculation will not either. So when you start understanding the logic, find the error, and are back on track, it feels amazing. I also chose this course because I really like the mentality of the people who teach or study in this field. They are open-minded and open to all the relevant new things that are available to them. The different modes of language are not a hindrance for them because they are confronted with this in their research. At the beginning of my studies, I wanted to work in robotic research to help improve the daily life of people with limited mobility and to identify solutions best adapted to the individual. since this is something I have personal experience of. But then I turned more towards IT and realized that there is a lot to develop in accessibility to education for people with reduced mobility. One of my current projects is to work in software development, especially in mathematical writing or programming via the eye tracking company Toby. Together with my math teacher Mr. Viren, we have been brainstorming about a scientific visual keyboard, with key symbols such as alpha, beta, sum etc. which can be accessed via eye tracking for individuals who cannot type on a regular keyboard, such as myself. Access and adaptation to studies are essential, and being able to write in a quicker manner is also important. Especially when you are learning. You will make mistakes and then they need to be corrected and retested. For someone who it already takes a long time to write down the formula, it's a very slow process. Going down this scientific study path was not always the case. In elementary school, my teacher Sylvie and my parents were convinced that I was going to study literature because I read a lot and because I was writing stories of quite special and captivating romances. But later on I discovered the world of engineering science through a lecturer and researcher. I learned a lot from him and it motivated me to continue on this path. Before I used eye tracking, I accessed my computer with a joystick and the keyboard with a finger guide. It took me a long time to write, I was exhausted and it hurt my wrists and fingers. I almost dropped out of school. But then I found eye tracking and it was the only solution for me to continue my scientific studies. Eye tracking technology has changed my life since it helps me to study, work more easily, and communicate via email and social networks. I can also control my TV through environment control. I use the technology to study and to communicate more quickly with others via social networks and emails. Especially to ask questions to the teachers. It's definitely not easy being a student, but I love it. I also love to dance. It is another form of communication where I can express myself without words. The barrier of language fades away. Living with a disability is a heavy weight to carry. But because of technology and my family who love me as I am, this weight becomes as light as a feather. And I can live with goals, passions and dreams. To move, to study and to dance. I feel like myself. I feel free. To sum it up, we often read about potential risks and challenges new technology might bring to the world. But there are also so many benefits to it. Technological developments can also do wonders and improve lives. A big thank you to Women in Tech for inviting me and for Toby Dynavox for making it all possible. I also want to thank Cyril Cholet and Lena Perdius who organized this trip according to my constraints. Finally, I want to thank my parents, my sisters and my brother-in-law who are all here today. Thank you for being at my side, for following me in my adventures and doing everything you can to turn my disability into a possibility. Thank you.
Oh my God, thank you so much. Merci beaucoup. You are changing the world, Lucie. Thank you.